Hey everyone, welcome back to Godot Dev Checkpoint. Now in our last video we navigated the editor and built our first static scene. Today we're going to give that scene some life. Now it's a big milestone. We're going to write our very first line of code using GDScript, Godot's official scripting language. And then we're going to learn how to attach a script, understand the crucial ready function, and make our program talk to us. We're going to use the console with that. Now remember, you can find links to all the official Godot documentation mentioned in the video down in the description. Now are you ready? Move past the visual editor, dive into some code? We're good, let's go. Now open the welcome scene we had last time, and it should be in your scenes folder here. Now first thing we're going to do is delete the sprite 2D and delete the label. We do not need that anymore. We only need our Node 2D root node. Now, remember every script in Godot must be attached to a node. Before we attach it, let's talk about GDScript a little. It's Godot's official scripting language. It was built specifically for game development within the engine. Now it's powerful, fast, and it looks a lot like Python, but it is not Python. It's independent from it. It's really not based on it. It's just really the indentation and the look of it. But it does make it easy to read. Pretty legible. There's some syntax that is not. So thankfully, GDScript keeps it pretty simple and straightforward. Now the basics are all in the documentation. Once again, linked below if you want to dive in a little further to see some more keywords and explore for yourself. Now back in the Godot editor, we're going to get the script attached. So with Node 2D selected, we're going to look at this green plus icon here, little paper thing, attach a new or existing script to the selected node, click on that, and it's going to pop up the attach node script dialog window. Now it's pretty straightforward, but there are some important bits we can cover. The language, GDScript, that's the scripting language is going to fall under. There's C# as well that you can put in here that we covered before in the last one. You can download that if you want to extend it with C#. We're going to stick with GDScript for now, though. Inherits, well, that is Node 2D. You'll notice it's the same as this Node 2D here. Now what that says, it tells the script which kind of node it gets its basic abilities from. So since we selected a Node 2D, the script will inherit all the position and rotation functions that a Node 2D has. Pretty crucial. And that'll be more apparent as we go forward. And the template here, now node default. Now this determines what boilerplate code that Godot is going to write for us. Default is always a safe choice for new scripts, so we'll leave that as it is. The built-in script now, it's an option that saves a script inside the scene file, the .tscn file, instead of a separate GD file. But for organizing, we're almost always going to want to leave that unchecked, so our script is portable and not tied to anything specifically. Now the path, that's where we're going to be saving the file. And we'll notice it's currently in scenes, so what we're going to do is click this little folder here and make a new folder. We can click this up here, go back into the root folder, right-click, new folder, scripts. We'll name that. Now we have a scenes folder and a scripts folder. And the GDScript we're going to write is, well, hello world. So we're going to name it hello world. Now we can open that, and it's going to open the script up as soon as we click create. Does everything looks good? And here's our script right here. And now that we're here, we can see a couple things here. Extends Node 2D again. Now that is telling us, again, what this script is inheriting. So extends Node 2D, that just means the line directly reflects and inherits what we just saw. Now this is the GDScript word for inheritance. It just makes our script a child of the Node 2D class, just giving it all that node's properties. Then we have the function ready. Now, it's the next big checkpoint here. It's a big one. So it's a callback function. And that Godot calls once when the node and its children are fully loaded and ready to be used. So think of it as a starting pistol, like on a race. When the pistol goes off, the race has started and we're off. And that's just the starting of the node's life. Now, if you want to read more about it in the callbacks, it is in the documentation right here. It's in the ready. And if you want to dive in further, well, it's all here for you. Now, when Godot generates a script, it gives you two important callback functions. Now, we talked about the ready. Now, this one is the process. Now, it might be commented out in your editor, but here it's the opposite, clearly. Now, this one runs every single frame instead of just once when the game starts. So you use this for non-physics related logic, like checking input, updating UI, or movement that doesn't need collision detection. And the delta argument, well, the delta argument is the time since the last frame. So you can use this to make movement frame rate independent. So you're not moving faster if you have a better frame rate or slower. And since we only want to print a message once at the start, we don't need process. So a cleanup checkpoint here, we can delete the entire function plus the comments. Now we're going to focus on the ready function. That's all we need. Now you can delete this pass. It's really just a placeholder text, so it doesn't throw an error. Now that we're inside the ready function, I want to pause for a second and notice that the line where we type our code must be indented. Indentation is not just for style in GDScript, it's mandatory. This is one of the biggest differences between GDScript and languages like C++ or C#, which use curly braces to define code blocks. In GDScript, we use indentation to tell the engine that a line of code belongs to the function directly above it. If your code is not indented correctly, the engine won't know where to run it, and it will throw an error. Now, tabs versus spaces. Now, this is a curious developer checkpoint. Now, on versus tabs versus spaces, you might have heard developers argue about using tabs or spaces, vice versa, for indentation. Now, the most important rule in GDScript is consistency. You never want to mix tabs and spaces in the same file. By default, you have to use tabs for indentation. You can change it, but we recommend staying with the default settings right now until we get a little more experienced. Because if you don't do it right, it will stop running your code and give you an error. Most developers and the official Godot documentation recommend using tabs for indentation because it ensures that everyone viewing the code sees the same block size regardless of their editor settings. Your code is easier for others to read. Now, when you press the Tab key on your keyboard right now, the Godot editor automatically inserts the correct indentation for you. Always use this auto indentation feature. And then we can write simply print, and then parentheses, and then whatever you want to say. With the string, you're going to need quotation marks, and you can do hello world, or we can do hello Godot Dev Checkpoint Students. All right, and you can Control S to save that. And then we're saved. Don't forget to save. Always wise, no matter what you do. Now simply, we just have to run the scene. We can either use our run project, runs the whole thing, or you can actually use this film reel looking one, which only runs our current scene. But since we only have one and we set up our main scene as the only one we have, both these buttons will do the same thing. So when you press play, we got rid of our guy, but if you look down here in the console, you can see our print function has worked beautifully. And this print line matches the output in the console. Today we learned about the difference between ready and process. Ready runs once and process runs every frame. Now, and then we successfully wrote our first code. So in the next tutorial, we're going to jump straight into movement. Now, if you found this helpful at all, help the channel, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell to Godot Dev Checkpoint. And remember, finished, not perfect. You'll learn more from failing than any success, so fail fast and fail often. and always, stay curious. See you in the next one.